عسلامة حبايبي، قاعد نتفرجوا فينا الكل معاكم سي سيريوس. واليوم حبيت نجرب حاجة ديفيرونت شوية، ميم سي إذا كان مقدوم في الشين، مش في الشين هذايا قبل كانوا لي ليتس بلاي في الشين تاع سي سيريوس. إذا كان مقدوم في الشين تاع سي سيريوس راكم تعرفوا اللي أنا نشيخ على جو لي ناراتيف فيهم استوار أكثر برشا من اللي فيهم أكسيون، وساعات نبدلوا شوية كوميم شوية أكسيون زادا دو طون زون طون دخلت بعض ساي دو طون زون طون ما فيها بيس. ان توكا اليوم حبيت نعمل حاجة فيها شوية ستوري، أما ستوري مش قوة ستوري، جوست حكاية اورور. دونك الجو هذايا جو كل ادفنتشر، كل تشوز يور ادفنتشر، معناها جونغ عندي دي شوا باش كليك عليهم ونقرا ليستوار وكل. فيو كان انا نقرا بكدا خاطر عندي ديسلكسي، باش تعدى الابيزود هذايا مش بون فيديو برك يعني مش ابيزود. سو دونك هورر، والجو اسمها ذا انكل هو وركس فور نينتندو. دونك فما جماعه يعرفوا الميم، فما جماعه ما يعرفوش، ممكن برشا راهو يفهموا الحكايه شنو كي يكون صغار. ديما عندك واحد من صحابك ولا انت هو واحد من صحابك اللي واحد من صحابك تتقال اللي تعدي فيها على العباد وتقول كيف هي عمي يخدم على نينتندو، عمي يخدم عند بلاي ستيشن، مش صينيه كنا صغار عند بلاي ستيشن وباي مش نورمال، والجو هذيك جيبها لي وعندي ما يتداش من غادي حاسيلو، والا عندي شكون في الخارج كل عملناها الفاز هذا. اما من عاش الغولاسيون تاع الحكايه هذيا بالجو بحد ذاتها. سو ذس ميكس ذس جيم من اول كلمه غلط فيها، اول كلمه. This game makes extensive use of sound. So كيفي أنا play with headphones for the best experience with the bin. رجع رغم اللي البيت كلها في توكس. Occasionally it may take control of your browser, so it is not optimized for mobile. For content and trigger warnings, click here. Okay, ما نحبش نعرف شنو الكونتنت وما نحبش نعرف شنو trigger warnings. أما جنيس روح. أما first take control of your browser هذا تخوف شوية خاطر مش حل انجلي واحد وحده. سو به مش مشكله. دونك ممكن يزوني في ليان فيها جمب سكير. الجو فيها جمب سكيرز، الجو فيها فشايه. سو grab a coffee، ممكن هالوين قريب وقت نعمل انا فيديو هذا ما نعرفش. grab a coffee، عملوا ركشه. let's start. you are 11 years old. you are an 11 years old. تقول نقصا It is what is your best friend's name? Andrew, Ashley, Brandon, Dave, Jessica, Megan, Nicole, Michael, Ryan, Sarah. But أحط Andrew. Your best friend Andrew has invited you to a sleepover at his house this weekend. No, you've been friends since first grade, so asking your mom is basically only a formality. Donc يا إما asking your mom يا إما من أسكيش. I'm going to ask. صديق ما قديش عندي وقت قبل. You've never confirmed this, but you suspect the babysitter may charge extra when there are two kids. You sometimes feel like staying somewhere else is the only way you can help out. What? Okay. Donc الأم بتجيب له babysitter هكا ولا هكا. On Friday night, you're home for only a few hours, long enough to pack, get in a fight with your younger sister, pack some more and watch TV. What? At 6 sharp, you're standing on the sidewalk outside Andrew's house with your mom idles in her car nearby. She leans out the window to you. You behave yourself, okay? She says. As always, I'll be at work, but if anything happens, you call me. Yes, mom. أنا عملت الساعة واحدة. I'll pick you up tomorrow at 3, she says. Again as usual, but then she pauses, looking up at the sky, which has been overcast throughout the day. If you play outside, she adds, be careful, it's probably gonna rain. Wave goodbye. After you part, your mom drives down the street, disappearing around the corner. You turn back to Andrew's house. The lights inside are glowing warmly. You can see Andrew waving at you from his bedroom on the second floor. Head inside. It is 6 p.m. Andrew's mom meets you just inside. Hello, she says. Dinner will be ready in just a few minutes, but you can drop stuff in the den. And you and Andrew are camping out there tonight. Cool. You drop your sleeping and overnight bags in the corner of the den and then pause to take a look around. Behind the couch, the grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a set of patio doors in the far side of the room, you can see the sky is just as grey as it was when your mom left. Framed pictures line the wall, and over the duck fireplace hangs a monstrous pair of antlers from a buck that Andrew's dad shot years ago. And of course there is the big screen TV. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable how much nicer Andrew's house is than yours. هو ديجا انا الكرون تاع الكرون عندي تو كبير دونك كاش تجي فجأة تحمية تاع تو. You drop your sleeping and overnight bags in the corner. وين الخطة؟ Andrew enters the room while you aren't paying attention, and he now stands in the doorway smiling expectantly. Are you ready for dinner? He asked. Sure. Dinner passes quickly. Tonight's meal is spaghetti and meatballs, one of Andrew's favorite meals, and his mother points out while piling a helping on your plate. Andrew's father cracks a beer and jovially interrogates you about how much trouble you and Andrew are getting into at school. Dessert is heaping bowls of ice cream drizzling in chocolate sauce. You can't even finish yours. You go, You go along now, says Andrew's mom, smiling from her side of the table. We'll clean up in here. Let's go get the TV ready, says Andrew. The two of you leave the dining room and head upstairs. What the fuck is this? Andrew's room is immense. You stay in the den because the TV is large there, but there's a sizable one here, flush with the wall opposite of the full-size bed. We'll take the 64 down first, Nintendo 64, says Andrew, heading towards his TV and opening the entertainment center cabinet. Entertainment center? It's his prerogative, of course. He gets to choose what you play first, usually. But as Andrew begins unhooking the cord of its N64 from the TV, you catch sight of the other things he has in there. All the major stuff, an old SNES, a PlayStation, a Dreamcast, but some other things too. Things you don't really recognize. A large black box with green and highlights, that's an Xbox. A smaller purple... a small purple one, GameCube, a strange white and yellow tower with what looks like gloves resting on hooks on either side, a compact white cone. What are those? Andrew looks at the clutter in the cabinet. Oh yeah, he says, they're pretty cool. I can't show them to you though. They're still secret. I promised my uncle. Of course, you suddenly remember his uncle. The uncle who works for Nintendo. In the corner, the grandfather clock is ticking. It's 7. It's ticking softly. Through a nearby set of patio doors, you can see it's getting quite dark. Framed pictures line the wall. Framed pictures. You walk around the perimeter of the den, inspecting the pictures idly. Most of them are family portraits from years past. Andrew Cradley, lovingly between his mother and father, and any one of the three on their own. A happy, tidy family. Look for pictures of Andrew's uncle. You don't find any, not one. The only pictures that are there are Andrew and his parents. You don't know why they makes you feel uneasy. Time passes. In the corner, قاعد يوخر الوقت أنا قاعد نعمل فيه هذا كل. Andrew is parked in front of the lap TV playing something on the N64. Talks to Andrew. Watch Andrew play. Let's talk to her. School. Andrew tells you that he heard the teacher you both had a grade before it is in the hospital. You ask why, but he doesn't know. You spend time reminiscent about the prior year. An hour passes. The clock chimes. You are in the den. In the corner كذا العادة 8:30 بعد. ليه عاد مو 8:30. You go to the bathroom. You head to the bathroom down the hall from the den. There's a shower, a linen closet, and a toilet. How about the shower? Your shower is pristinely clean. Are you done here? Linen closet. It's a linen closet filled with a large fluffy towels and washcloths. You're not sure why you looked in here. Have you finished? A toilet. You don't have to go right now. Okay, go back. You head back to the den. 8:30. Go to the kitchen. Passing through the empty dining room, you enter the kitchen, which is also deserted right now. Fridge. There are a few things here. Soda, cold pizza, milk, a water pitcher. You grab your snack and exit the kitchen. You head back to the den. Okay. Andrew's mother busted into the room holding a large ceramic bowl filled with popcorn under her arm. وقبل كنا نعمل كيك كنا صغار انا وياه لزح. قد قالت لي تو large ceramic bowl يا ودي كنا بكيلو نحطه. بون هي 100 جرام نعملوها ما تولي هكا. هو يلعب في وانا طبعا نلعب في دي جو اخرين. اغلبيه وقتها جيتاريو. How are you kids doing? She asks. Good, says Andrew. His eyes not moving from the television. I hope you're having fun, says Andrew's mom. Here's some popcorn. Extra butter. لعمري عملت popcorn بالbutter. عمري. She places it on the floor by Andrew. Almost immediately, Andrew is shoveling popcorn to his mouth. Meanwhile, his mother smiles first at him and then back at you. There's soda in the kitchen if you get thirsty, she says, and some pizza from the other night if you get hungry. Thank you. She looks at Andrew. Your father's gone to bed. I'll be there soon, myself. So I want you to keep it quiet, alright? Yes, Mom? Andrew says tiredly. Yes, Mom. Oh, and before I forget, she adds, your uncle called. He suddenly has some business here in town tomorrow, but he's driving in early. He'll be here around midnight. Oh. For the first time, Andrew stops playing his game, stops eating popcorn, and turns to look at his mother. Okay, he says. I want you two to welcome him in. He'll be very tired and very hungry, so offer him something to eat before he goes to bed. Okay, Mom. Good night, kids. And with that, she's gone. Offer him something to eat. In the corner, the grandfather clock is ticking softly. كالعادة. Ask a... Think about the... Okay. It began with Mew. حكي له على Mew. You didn't believe him at first when Andrew came to school one day and told you he had finally caught Mew. Prove it, you said. So he pulled out his Game Boy and showed you. There it was, Mew. The 151st Pokemon available only to players at promotional events, somehow unlocked on Andrew's game. It's really strong, he says. It's KO'd every enemy in one hit. Bon, ça dépend. Andrew demonstrates his claim at recess, when you and some other friends linked Game Boys to do battle. We were the first one down. No one else got a single hit on Andrew's Mew. You ask how Andrew managed to get it. In a few days, everyone had quite paid Pokemon at recess. Okay. Oh, my uncle got a job at Nintendo, says Andrew. You were walking home together past one of the construction crews. Andrew still lived next door to you at that time. There had been a storm not too long ago. Trees were down all over town. Buildings had collapsed. Whoa. You were standing at an intersection with Andrew as a truck rumbled by, loaded up with ragged tree trunks. What a bad storm. Wait, this couldn't have been too long ago. When did Andrew move? Okay. There was something nice about being neighbors. Okay. He also got me this new Game Boy, says Andrew, pulling it out of his pockets. He hadn't noticed it earlier, but yes, Andrew has had a sleek new Game Boy Color. Until today he had one of the old ones, a big grey brick like yours. This one's special edition, says Andrew. Isn't it cool? You agreed. You step out of your reflections. Ask him about the uncle. Okay, عمل نقب بنص الليل. So why is your uncle coming? Your uncle stays with you when he visits? Sorry? Andrew shrugs. Business. Business. But I thought he worked for Nintendo. He does, Andrew says Andrew, frowning but not looking away from the TV screen. He's really important there. Does Nintendo have a lot of business here? Why else would my uncle be coming? Andrew says, as if you've asked the dumbest question in the world. Well, it's cool if you'll finally get to meet him. I'll finally get to meet him. Yeah, agrees Andrew. I think you'll like him. What sort of work does your uncle do? Andrew pauses the game and turns towards you, visibly agitated. How should I know? I don't work for them. Right now he is not quite yelling, but you think if you keep pressing the subject he might. I'm not sure I believe you about your uncle. Andrew takes a moment to respond, as if he is not quite sure he heard you correctly. What? I don't believe your uncle works for Nintendo. You think you've finally done it. Andrew stands up, fists clenched at his sides, mouth twisting horribly as he struggles to say something. You watch as he takes a step towards you and you involuntarily flinch, you clench your teeth and wait. Andrew darts forward and pushes you back into the hardwood floor, cracking your skull against the carpet. Eh? You take the initiative and throw a punch before he can go for you again. You take a moment to be dazed. You lie there, expecting another punch or a kick, but to your surprise, nothing happens. Slowly, you sit up and see Andrew standing there, arms still stiff. You realize he is close to crying. Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Andrew shakes his head, as if remembering something. Never mind, he says. Just never mind. You want to say something more, but he's already immersed in the video game. 10 5 9. Remember your own Mew? Talk to Andrew. لا فك عليه من. Get your own. Yeah? You got your own Mew eventually. Another friend has a Game Shark. يكون يهاك you بها Game Boy. Which you borrowed one day, spent the entire night unlocking every Pokemon you couldn't obtain in your copy in the game or hadn't yet traded for, including Mew. He didn't one-hit KO most enemies. It was incredibly weak, and you shamefully cheated the game further to make it strong enough. وكلته strange candy? It even looked different from Andrew's. You asked him different. Your Mew was small, even cute, standing there with its round, cheerful eyes. But when Andrew's had wiped out everyone in school, it has looks completely different, compact, snarling, fierce. Oh, you asked him why. You asked him why. What? He said, what had been here in... That had been here in the den. Oh, that thing? Oh, it had been a while since anyone talked about Pokemon. When my uncle got me a special edition Mew, first of all, he said, smirking a little, it's not looking away from the PlayStation game he was playing. That's why mine looked different. Second of all, mine can only hit KO because it's the real Mew. You ask what he means by that. Just what I said, Andrew replied. You cheated and got a fake Mew, so of course there'd be problems, glitches and junk. You felt your cheeks redden. But not me, Andrew said again. I got the real Mew, and only me. My brother was so We knew your brother. Andrew's brother? What about him? Why does he remember that comment make you feel uneasy? You snap out of your reflections. The clock chimes. It begins raining outside. In the corner, the grandfather clock is ticking softly. Grab a handful of popcorn. It's buttery and delicious. Grab a handful. It's buttery and... سير عم لك برشا زعما. هذا يبون يقول كملت البوبكورن. Let's go to the bathroom. You head back to the den. خلينا نرجع frame pictures. Something is wrong here. Where is Andrew's brother? You know he has a brother. You know it. Except he's not here in any of the pictures, and you... He's not here. He's not here at all. Are you sure Andrew has a brother? Yes. Then why can't you remember his name? Ask Andrew about his brother. Forget this. Yeah, ask. Where's your brother tonight? Is your brother spending the night with one of his friends? Hey, why aren't there any pictures of your brother up? Where is your brother tonight? Andrew pauses the game he is playing and gives you a odd look. I don't have a brother, he says. But I remember him. There's a long moment of uncomfortable silence, broken only by distant thunder, the Nintendo, and the clock ticking. You are such a weirdo, says Andrew, and turns back to the Nintendo. The subject, it seems, has been dropped. Time passes. You are in the den. It's 11. Joe. Ask if Andrew thinks the storm will be. Yeah. Do you think the storm would be as bad as the one we had before? I don't... Oh, Shikoli, you didn't have a storm before. I don't like the sound of the wind. You remember that storm we had? زوز نفس الحكاية عرفتها. Remember the storm? Ask Andrew. Yeah, you say, nodding. But no one remembers the storm, he says. Huh? Could you please stop messing with me? It was big, it took down trees. Andrew shakes his head. No, you don't understand, please. I'm not messing with you, but this is important. But this is different. Something's different. He said no one would remember the storm. Who? He came out of the storm. I was home alone. Andrew begins, his eyes growing distant. Mom was at work. Dad was out at the bar. I answered the door when the knocking started. He said he was lost and hungry. He said he could help me. All I had to do is feed him. Was promised to feed him. Bad expression, feed me. Andrew tenses. What is that? It's my uncle, Andrew says, or that's what he told me to call him. I don't really know. I don't know what it is. You're kidding, right? No, shouts Andrew, shaking his head. It's not a joke. It's not a trick. He changes things. He's already changed them. Do you expect me to leave it there? What did he change? So many things, Andrew says. I asked him to change so much, and I forgot. Sometimes I forgot how things were. I don't believe any of this. You don't have to. He's already on his way. I'm going home. No! Andrew says, You can't. You can't. He's already on his way. There it is, like a voice. Not something you hear exactly, but still somewhere in the back of your head. Andrew heard it too. See? He asked. See? He's almost here. I'm calling my mom. Passing through the empty dining room, you enter the kitchen where the phone sits on the counter. Call mom. You dial your mom's work number and wait. She picks up after 3 rings. I want to go home. Something in your voice seemed to give her pause. Okay, she says. After a moment, I'll call the sitter and tell her to come pick you up. It'll probably be an hour. Is that okay? Can't you make her get here faster? That's not gonna happen, honey, she says. Just sit tight. Thank you. Of course, she says, with a hint of a sigh. I'll call her now, okay? She'll be there in an hour. Be safe. She hangs up. Return to the den and pack your things. Return to the den. Andrew is sitting silently on the floor as you come in. You're leaving, aren't you? He says. I don't want to be friends with you anymore. This joke you're playing is really mean. I should have known it was different, Andrew mumbles. You were remembering too much. Begin packing your stuff. If your uncle is so powerful, why can't he just keep me here? Please, says Andrew. Please don't go. I've never not fed him. And if I don't, I'm not sure what will happen. So you just want me to get eaten or whatever? Shut up and leave me alone. Continue. No, please no, he replied. It's not... I think he'll kill me. Do you understand? He would have killed me if I didn't. Why could you hear him? He asks, but it doesn't seem like he expects you to answer. You both lapse into an awkward silence. Eventually a car honks outside. You get up to leave. Andrew has wandered over to the fireplace and is looking into his unlit depth as you walk out the door into the night. The sitter's familiar car is parked out front. As you walk closer, you see your little sister in the back seat, still in her pajamas. The sitter, a high school girl who lives down the street from you, looks incredibly unhappy to be here, but you think you'll be able to handle her. As you climb into the car, you cast one last look over your shoulder, back to the house. The front door is closed. You suddenly can't remember if you did that yourself. The lights in the den are still burning. As the sitter pulls away from the house, you stare out the window at Andrew's house. The lights blurred and magnified by the rain streaming down the glass. Eventually, it all sags out of view. You find out the next afternoon about the fire. It started in the den, says the paper, where there was known to be a fireplace. Apparently it was left smoldering in the night. There were no survivors. Arson is suspected since an accelerant would have helped the flames overcome the night's heavy rain. But nothing definitive is ever publicly released on this account. One day after school, you ride your bike to check it out. Parts of the house still stand, walls and beams blackened by the flames. Yellow caution tapes has been looped around the outside, and the rubble hasn't yet been totally cleared out by the city. You decide to investigate. The second floor has either mostly burned away or fallen through. But standing in what used to be the den, you look up at the hole that would have been Andrew's room. The broken glass and shattered drywall crunch beneath your feet, until you step on something that isn't glass. You look down. In the mess is what looks like a Game Boy. It's a Game Boy Color, not at all scuffed or damaged. In the back is a single cartridge, a copy of Pokemon Blue. You take Andrew's Game Boy, you leave the Game Boy, you take it. Looking from side to side, as if anyone might actually be watching, you pick up the Game Boy and flick on the power switch. After clicking through the Pokemon intro screen, you find there is no save game on the card. It's like a brand new copy. You turn off the Game Boy and stuffing it in your back pocket, return home. Your mom is standing in the kitchen when you arrive, doing dishes, and your little sister is watching some annoying cartoon. Remember to take a bath and get dressed before 7, Mom calls. Remember? You're fairly certain she never told you to do that in the first place. You walk into the kitchen, dropping your backpack on the linoleum floor. Linoleum. Why do I need to do all that? Silly, she says. Your mom turns from the sink and smiles at you, and your throat tightens when you see how glassy and empty her eyes are. Don't you remember? She asks. Your uncle is coming over for dinner to celebrate his new job. Height. Woo! فما 5 endings. دبلوكيت واحد. Do you want to continue? Start from the beginning, start at the den. Whoo! Damn, this لحمي قشعر. Height. Inspirations. A pound of flesh. فماش مكعبة نستنى فيها نقاط مش به. Start from the 7 خلينا نشوف نلقاو شي ending آخر. اوكي قدر وقته 7 به. Talk to Andrew. School. An hour passes. You're in the den. عشان نحاول نتبع كل شيء ما نعمل الغلطات اللي ما عملتهاش. Okay. So why is your uncle coming? But I thought he worked for Nintendo. You shove yourself up to the floor and send your fist into Andrew's stomach. For a moment you're shocked at what you've done as he stands there gasping in his pajamas, and then suddenly, I hate you. You hear something, or think you hear something. Someone shouting, and then you falling flat on the floor. For a moment you don't think you can get up, your whole body feels heavy. Did he hit you? I hate you, Andrew says. Leave me alone. You finally manage to sit up and he turns to his game. Take a moment to collect yourself. Call your mom. Call mom. Things are really weird here. What? What do you mean? I got a fight with Andrew. I just want to go home, Mom, please. I got a fight. What? You explained that you and Andrew are getting along right now and you do. She listens. Can't you make her good, okay? Andrew doesn't even look away from the TV as you come in. فما اندينغ نجم نهرب بجملة عرفتها في واو جربوه. This draws Andrew's attention. What are you doing? He asks. Explain that you're leaving. What? Andrew stands. Not even bothering to pause the game. No, you can't leave. It's almost time. I'm not having fun. Almost time for what? You can't go, says Andrew, ignoring the question. There's so much stuff I had planned for tonight. I was gonna let you play the next Zelda game, the one that's not even out yet. Before you can say anything, he's already running upstairs. Andrew continuously runs up and down the stairs, bringing you games and consoles while you pack up your things. Every time he presents you something new, you ignore him and brush it off with an uncaring shrug. Please, says Andrew, just stay the night, please. Outside you hear a car horn honk. No, you can't exit to the night. Back to the house. Andrew is standing in the doorway, totally still, not screaming, not crying, not doing much of anything. The car begins to pull away from the house as you watch. You see his parent appear in the doorway behind him. Wave. Without acknowledging you, Andrew's parents lay their hands on his shoulder. They turn Andrew back into the house, the door closing just as everything slides out of view. When you turn around in the seat, you look at the back window, you can't even see the house's lights. Andrew doesn't show up at school on Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday. On Thursday, you ask your teacher, Mrs. Scott, where Andrew is. He blinks at you confusedly. Oh, he says, eventually, Andrew, well, I'm surprised he didn't tell you about this, but he and his family moved away. The house is empty when you ride your bike by the afternoon. It somehow seems even larger without anything or anyone in it. A for sale sign stands in the yard out front. You never see Andrew again, and eventually, as the years pass, you forgot about him entirely. Okay, exit. عملنا ending آخر. Start from at 7. No, he doesn't drink. Framed pictures. Do something else. Talk to Andrew. Games. Think about the children. No one else. A little faded. You agreed. Snap out of your reflections. Talk to Andrew. Andrew shakes his head. If it was important, I'm sure I would have remembered it, he says, falls silent. باهي فهمت انا مش معنى حاجة مش حاجة اخرى. School. Okay, thank you. Around midnight. She's gone. باهي خلينا نعملو غلطات تو خلينا نشوف وش يصير. خايف انك كيفاش عوض. I guess you do. Okay. Okay, take a moment to be dazed. You lie there expecting another punch, closing to cry. Are you okay? I'm sorry. Okay. Take a breather. Mess. Remember the storm? Asked Andrew. Yeah, you say, nodding. But no one remembers the storm, he says. Could you please stop messing with me? No, that's right. I'm infested trees. It's impossible, Andrew says. Impossible. No one remembers it. But I do. Andrew shakes his head. No. You don't understand. Please. I'm not messing with you, but this is important. But this is different. Something's different. He said no one would remember the storm. Who? He came out of the storm. I was home alone, Andrew begins, his eyes growing distant. My mom was at work. Dad was out at the bar. I answered the door when the knocking started. He said he was lost and hungry. He said he could help me. All I had to do is promise to feed him. It's my uncle, Andrew says. Or that's what he told me to call him. I don't really know. I don't know what it is. You're kidding, right? No, he says, Andrew, shaking his head. It's not a joke. It's not a trick. He changed things. He's already changed them. What did he change? So many things, says Andrew. I asked him to change so much, I forget. Sometimes I forget how things were. I don't believe any of this. You don't have to, says Andrew. He's already on his way. Whatever. Time passes. The clock chimes. It begins raining outside. صدق وخسر 10. Talk to Andrew. at school. An hour passes. Something is wrong. Yeah. He was older, not much, 1 or 2 years. A jerk sometimes, but not any more of a jerk than you are to your little sister. When it snowed, your mom would pay him to shovel the sidewalk outside your house. He lived next door. His name was... You can't remember his name. Is your brother spending the night with your friend? Andrew pauses the game he's playing and gives you an odd look. I don't have a brother, he says. But I remember him. There's a long moment of uncomfortable silence. Subject seems to be... Oh, shit. Okay. زعما كي نمشي call the mom تو تصير حكاية. Talk to Andrew. School. The grandfather clock chimes the hour as Andrew cradles his head in his hands. It's time, he says, sounding close to tears. Stop being weird. Someone knocks at the door. That's him, Andrew says, standing up. I should go to let him in. As he leaves the den, you realize you could follow, but a part of you really feels like being scarce for a bit. Where's there to go? The bathroom. You run down the hall to the bathroom and lock the door behind you. Or at least, this could have been a bathroom. The walls are bare and white and there is no sink or toilet, but there are some odd featureless white boxes that could stand in for a shower or linen closet. You slip into the plain white box that is about the size of a shower. From the front of the house you can hear the front door slam open. After that you don't hear anything except the rain. No, not just the rain. It's at first in the back of your head, like something you can't even begin to describe. Though you lock the door behind you, you hear it open easily. Something walks in. You're not sure how you know something is out there, because you don't exactly hear it moving, but you know it's there, and you know it's stopped right outside your hiding spot. It opens the door, even though you immediately realize it doesn't have any hands. Damn. Zeruzu's endings. Okay, that was creepy. But anyway, انا باش نوصل الفيديو دي لهنا. فما لي دو زاندينغ الاخرين كان تحبوني نعمل عليهم فيديو قصيره معناها جوست لي زاندينغ هذوك قولوا لي في لي كومونتير بيان سور لوطا على الفيديو هذايا. كان عجبتكم الفاز هذيا قولوا لي، خاطر انا حبيت نعمل فاز اللي فما كريبي باسترز حبيت نقراهم وكل ونعملهم بالاتموسفيريك جون معاهم الصوت معاهم اديتينغ وكل. سو اف يو انتو ذات، اذا كان عجبتكم الحكايه هذيا، اذا كان عجبتكم الفيديو هذايا معناها قولوا لي في الكومنتير، نحاول نزيد منهم فاز كيما هكايا بلو ريغوليرمون مش مره في 5 سنين. سو نعرف الحكايه برا كيما قلت لكم اللي مستثناء نعمل فيه، اما كوميم انا عجبتني. I was really immersed into it. فما شو نقول لكم دخلت في حيط ما قلتش صور روحي باش نكون immersed كيما هكا، سورتو سوجي كيما هكا. It's simple اما well written. اذا كنتم مازال عندكم دي زيستوار تكتبوا دي زيستوار وتحبوا كنا نعمل فيديو عليهم، تنجموا تبعثوا لي معناها باغ ايميل ولا باغ انبوكس، الاغلبيه باغ انبوكس في فيسبوك، ولا تحطوا لي في الكومنتير باش نكون معاكم اون كونتاكت. دونك جيسبيغ الفيديو عجبتكم، ريميرسيمون للباتريون كالعاده خاطر هما اللي يعاونوا فيا باش نوقف الشنطه صغيره، ونقول لكم نتقابل تري بيانتو في فيديو اخرى، في فيديو جديد على الشانل هذه ولا شان مسا سيريوس. وديسي لا بورتيفو بيان، ودبكم على رواحكم.